Yo, yo, Danny Weshy here in Snowpocalypse 2022. How's it going, S? I think you're the only one here right now, which is alright with me. I got snow everywhere. My pond is completely covered up. Major disaster of 2022. Similar to the same disaster I had in 2021. So, last year my pond started kind of, you know, draining itself and doing like I didn't turn the waterfall off when winter came. Yeah. Hey Jeremiah, Snowpocalypse is accurate. So last year I made a whole video about it. I didn't turn off the waterfall and I realized that when it like snowed a whole lot like this, the the pond had basically like drained itself underneath the ice, and I thought like all my fish were dead. So I buried it all with snow like this, and turns out all my fish lived through it and it made it just fine. Um this year I turned my waterfall off, but the pond just drained itself so fast. Like I filled it up one day and 2 days later it's like almost all the way to the bottom. I've lost several fish. It sucks. I've just been, putting them out in the yard in my compost pile, and I think wild random stray cats have been eating them. It totally blows. But so I basically did the same thing again. I still have some that are alive down there. I don't have any tanks inside that I can throw the goldfish in. They're way too big for anything I have inside right now. I couldn't put them in with my African cichlids. I just don't see that being a good idea. So just yeah, that did the same thing I did last year. Just buried it with all the snow that's around, and we'll see what happens. But it turns out that the leak has absolutely nothing to do with the waterfall itself. The leak is in the liner, so I have to completely change out a brand new liner, and I was kind of planning on doing that anyway, cause like I want to make the pond bigger. So now I don't really have a choice. I may have to start over with all brand new fish, which sucks, but such is how things work sometimes. Uh, so yeah, have a whole plan now to basically just pull up the liner, and I'm gonna dig the pond, make it bigger. Plan to make it like about 150%. No, like 3 times its size. Make it kind of a kidney oval, like a kidney shaped, L shaped, rounded kidney thing, and we'll see how that goes. Uh, See, I cleared off my driveway. It looks real good. I don't have a snow shovel. So I realized that last night when I was trying to clear my driveway. I don't have a snow shovel. I had a broom, like one of those big like shop brooms, and like a spade shovel. And like that's not gonna work. I tried with the broom at first, and that didn't work at all. So I switched to using science instead. So I started, filling up buckets full of hot water, and I added a good amount of white vinegar and then like a whole bunch of my aquarium salt because that's just what I had. And I just started pouring it down the driveway, and because my driveway's at an angle, so I just started pouring it down the driveway, and it would just melt most of it away. And then when I got down to the bottom, I just had to, it would kind of pool up, and then that's when I would take the spade shovel and just kind of remove the slush that was there. And let me tell you, it did a fantastic job. Now, I'm done kind of rambling. Let me take a kind of quick look through the chat. Jeremiah, how's it going? Anthony's fishy friends. Patrick Hardy. Yeah, it's 69 degrees. Oh, man, yeah. How's it going, Chewy? Vanuski takes. Yeah, my driveway is like 100% completely clear, which is fantastic, except for that mountain at the end there. So those dang city trucks, I'm gonna have to clean all that up using science. How's it going, Audra Meyer? And then, because of all the snow and stuff too, like I was supposed to have a date last night, and yeah, that didn't happen. I mean, one, the bar was probably closed anyway. Two, neither of us could like get out of the driveway at the time that we need to. She was pretty much banned from leaving her house, and yeah, I wasn't able to get out of my driveway at any good time. I say the way that I was doing it, it worked really, really, really well, but it took a long time. Now, if I would have just had a snow shovel, I probably could have cleared the driveway most of the way pretty quickly. But a lot of these snow shovels, they're not really efficient at getting like really down low and like scraping at the driveway. So I'm pleased with how I did it, because my driveway is like 100% dry. There's not even a little bit of ice on my driveway at all, so that's pretty great. But yeah, gonna have to reschedule the date probably for like Sunday night or something like that. So we'll see how that goes. Ah, it's in a little cold of this region. It hangs around. All right, Sandy. You got a foot of snow. That's interesting. And then, yeah, I did a big water change on this tank last night. And wait a second. Let me change tripods. This one is. There we go. I like this one better. So, yeah, I did a big water change on this tank yesterday. Like right when the lights were getting ready to turn off. Drained it down to about here or so. Did like a 50% water change. Filled it back up. Added some fertilizers in there like I kind of always do. But yeah, woke up and it's a little cloudy. Kind of sucks. I added a little bit of that like water clarifier stuff from API in there like an hour ago, and it hasn't really changed anything. But hey, whatever. How's it going, Alien World Aquatics? I love your channel, man. Great, great. Alien World. But the bulbitis this time is actually growing rather well. I'm really pleased. It's slow, of course. Bulbitis is super duper slow at growing, but like the little tree, the trees are starting to actually look like little trees. So it's really really cool. The name Les Kaufman. Uh, no, maybe. Oh, I see a plant I trimmed and I forgot to replant last night. Let me go ahead and fix that. But yeah, I'm not quite sure why it got all cloudy this time. Like it's like a bacterial bloom or something, you know. Like I know what the cause is based off the color. I just don't know like what I did differently this time that killed off some bacteria. I kind of vacuumed up the substrate, and there's a good amount of mold kind of building up in like that center area of the dwarf sag, and I pulled a lot of that up. Like that first bucket I drained was like good and brown, and I didn't dig into the substrate at all. I just pulled it from the top. So maybe that's why it's a little cloudy. I just probably stirred up a lot of bacteria that was just kind of just sitting there. How's it going, Adele? Great to see you. Great to see you. But yeah, I did a nice big water change on it last night. The light turned off right when I was finishing. So I was hoping I was gonna, wake up and have the light turn on, and I was just gonna have this, beautiful looking tank that was gonna look great from the water change. But no, no. Everything is still looking good though, even though it doesn't really come through on camera because of how cloudy it is. But it's going all right, Adele. Going all right. If there wasn't all this snow, I feel like it could be a little bit better. But I've also been kind of wasting my time here the last couple days. I haven't been at work because of the snow. This is my third day off in a row because of the snow that I should have been working. And I've been kind of stuck at the house. And, instead of kind of taking more advantage of that and, making content that I've been kind of missing out on making here for a while, I just kind of watched a whole lot of content instead. And I did a little bit of work on some of my fish tanks. But I set more plans versus actually accomplishing anything. So I'm a little disappointed in myself just for not actually doing much anything. But I've been working real hard here for the last little bit, so I kind of needed a good break. So why not? How's it going, Mary Page? How's it going? It was nice to kind of get to catch up on different live streams and watch a lot of videos and stuff that I've been missing because of working so much. But yeah, I wish I would have put a little bit more time into some of my fish tanks, or finishing my next parody video too. But I've been waiting on a computer as well. Been waiting on parts, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, it's supposed to be here, and I don't know if it's delayed because of the snow or what. Hopefully I'll find out here soon. Yeah, I've been kind of hoping to get my new computer versus like getting like halfway done on like editing a video on that computer, and then getting my new one. But I got my new webcam. I've got my microphone. So I just need to get my new computer so that I can properly run and render everything, get the proper noise gates and all that stuff. I'm going to have everything running directly from my big screen television in my living room. So it's going to be pretty sweet once I get everything going. I hope to be able to run a decent program to where I can just run like a virtual green screen versus having to use an actual green screen. My new job is pretty great, Adele. I get to drive around all the time, just kind of spend time just thinking about whatever, being my own like kind of introverted self, listening to the radio, singing along with it. The truck I drive does have a CD player, and I do have a good amount of CDs still. And for all you young kids, a CD is a disc that you play music on before everything was completely digital, running through your phones and all that stuff. Um, but yeah, it has a CD player, so I could run, music and stuff in there. So that's pretty sweet. And then I just get to, go to people's houses and, you know, bring them delicious food and talk to them and listen to their stories that they're willing to share and stuff like that. And even get tips. Holiday time, I might get, cookies and stuff like that. I did with my trainer, because I was training over like Christmas time, and he's already built up that relationship with his customers. So yeah, I got a lot of cookies. I got cheesecake and other cake, and oh man, it was great. So it's been pretty sweet, and I make pretty decent money. Um, at least, from my standpoint, like I make enough to actually take care of myself now and actually have, health insurance and dental insurance and insurance for my eyes and all that. And I even just have one of those like health flex benefit cards now to where I can just basically use that as like a debit card that has funds kind of taken out of my paycheck to where I just use that for my co-pays. So basically, like everything related to having to go to the doctor for me now is already paid for through my paycheck. So I don't have to worry about like really any out of pocket money, which is great. And I know that, a lot of you people that are from overseas with your, government run healthcare don't necessarily understand how all that works, having to, pay for your own healthcare. But yeah, it really isn't that much either. It's like I pay like $50 out of my paycheck and I'm like fully covered now. So yeah, it is kind of a light powdery snow. It's really not good for anything unless you like add some water to it or something like that. Then you can turn it into a nice kind of slush. But yeah, it was pretty easy to clear off some of it with that broom that I had. But yeah, I couldn't get that stuff that was down deep, and then the spade shovel, like I have to like use it sideways to get a lot of that stuff out. So yeah, Snowpocalypse. Oh, Pet Diego, you didn't miss too much. Um, I kind of showed around my house with all the snow and just talked about that stuff. But yeah, Snowpocalypse, man, it's been crazy. And then the Vivarium Paludarium here is just doing amazing. I'm gonna show you guys the proper way here because I did it on my fish tank aquatics with John's on his channel. But I'm gonna show you guys here on my stream because there's some different faces in here, but it's just growing in so well. The pothos on top looks great. He's got his little cave in there for when I add him in. The moss is just growing beautifully. It's starting to just grow over the rocks and everything now. So it's just looking really, really good. The English ivy is growing up exactly how I wanted it to. I got a new little leaf and stuff down here so it might branch out differently. I love to just go out and collect different mosses. So I didn't plant the rabbit's foot fern very well back here, so it ended up dying off. So I found this moss at my new job at the depot. So I added that into here, and it was in like a really wet area that was like right next to like a gutter. So being right there next to the water, it's just doing like super well and looking really, really green. I added some of it over here next to this piece of English ivy as well, and it's doing great. The garden croton has plenty of new leaves already, so I know it's rooted really well. This stuff seems to be rooted really well now. So, uh, and then this moss up here seems to be stuck fairly well. I'm not really gonna mess with it. The only real issues that I've had has been right up here on top. I've been having to mist that area, and then I think this moss right here is pretty much died off, too dry. So we'll see about that. And then this one, yeah, all the moss that was alive here just kind of died off. Either not enough light, or well, definitely not enough moisture or anything like that. But it still, looks cool or whatever. It all kind of works. And then I have some hydrocotyl Japan here that's kind of growing semi-immersed, which is cool. I added some. There's not enough light, but maybe this side. Yeah, you can see this side. I kind of added some flame moss into here to kind of grow immersed as well, halfway in the water and halfway out of the water. So we'll see how that grows. Um, yeah, it's doing pretty well. I got a little piece of Java fern here too, and then there's the gambusia in there, just kind of holding it all in. Oh yeah, now you can see the flame moss there in the back. That's actually a really cool angle. Um, yeah, I haven't added Randall, my golden gecko, in here quite yet, but I think it's about time to. Um, Once again, still just kind of waiting on my new computer, and I think I'm gonna, do my finish my next parody song before I go and film everything for adding Randall in here, because I want to give a whole dedicated video just for that, um, to add on to like the build series that I made for his tank. Um, So that's coming up in the future too. And then this tank here is now empty. I had some convicts, two little convicts in there, and so I gave those to my brother. He's gonna try breeding those. There was a male and a female, and so I'm gonna empty out that tank and rescape that. But the pothos from that is just growing all the way over and stuff, and yeah, Joffrey's doing great. Randall's still in that little thing. You got my lemon tree back there in the closet. You can see the light coming through. Um, yeah. Um, Thinking about kind of combining those tanks into just one, because I don't have any fish in there right now either. I still haven't torn up that scape. I'm thinking about just completely tearing it down, or maybe just redoing it and then adding the chili rasboras from that tank into that tank. I don't know, because I don't really need the that little mini bow 5 anymore. It works all right, but I don't really care much for it. But yeah, a bigger tank would fit there too, and that's kind of what I'm thinking about doing. Is I got the two betta fish down there, and they're doing great, the male and the female. Um, but I could just easily, pick up that bowl and move it somewhere else, and pick up that little 5-gallon tank and move it somewhere else, and replace this whole fixture with a much bigger tank. Get like a giant school of chili rasbora instead of just like 7 or 8 that I have in there. And yeah, that'd be really cool. Have a really nice big planted tank, or put a saltwater tank there even. They got those new 60 breeders from Aquion. That would be a cool tank to put there. I haven't really looked super close into those yet, but I've just heard about those earlier, the 60-gallon breeders. That seems like a so they're the footprint of a 75-gallon, but they're like shorter, so they're only like 60 gallons. Hey, Jimmy P, how's it going? Yeah, a big school of chili raspberries. I think that would be cool, right? Um, but when it really comes down to it, I don't have any predator fish in this tank anymore. Though I could add one of the gouramis from this tank into here. Um, but I like this tank being peaceful as it is. It's got the Harlequin rasboras, the Siamese algae flying fox, the Siamese flying fox, and then coolie loaches and a couple mystery snails with some random ram's horns in there as well. So I could just easily add the chili rasboras into this tank, and then I could completely take down both of those small tanks, which I think I might actually do. I could just do that right now. I could just scoop them right up and add them in there. The tanks are the same temperature. Well, actually, they're close to the same temperature because that tank doesn't actually have a heater in it. But this whole room, because of the tanks that are heated, pretty much stays a consistent temperature even when my house drops, which has been another issue that I've been having this winter. So I don't think it's necessarily related to my heater itself, but I when I had my roof redone last year, my roofer told me that I was missing the cap on top of my like heat exhaust, and so I don't know where it is, and I haven't climbed up on my roof to replace that sort of thing, which is probably something that I need to do because I think the snow and just the cold and whatever else has been affecting the airflow of my heater to where my heater hasn't always wanted to kick on. So there's been a couple mornings that I've woken up and my house has been like 63 degrees, and it's just like my heat is set at 73. So why is it 63 degrees? Oh yeah, no, my windows and all that are down and everything like that's fine. It's literally my heat's not kicking on. Um, like you'll hear the click in like the thermostat like it's supposed to turn on, but because of the lack of airflow of the furnace itself, which is something that I found out from Google, it's not like kicking on because it's sensing that there's not enough airflow. Yeah, my windows are fine. Yeah, great windows. And it's a pretty small house, so when my heater and air conditioner work, like they work very, very well, it's smack dab in the middle of the house and it just blows out. So it's great. But yeah, I haven't lost any fish related to the temperature swings. And I mean, I keep heaters in all my tanks that need heaters as well. So that's been, pretty good. But I've been trying to kind of downsize a lot of my fish tanks, um, especially the smaller ones. I've just been trying to combine my small tanks together just to like lower my maintenance load with the amount of work that I've been doing with my new job. Like I pretty much work 10-hour days Monday through Friday, if not a little bit longer sometimes, especially when you include travel time and stuff too. I'll, wake up at 6:45, leave my house at like 7:30 to get out to the depot at like 8. And then, that's pretty much when I start work is 8. And then I have to deliver to all the different people, and I get back whenever I'm done pretty much. And for when it really comes down to it, I'm not supposed to send sales until 6 o'clock. So that's a 10-hour day. And then I have to, drive back to my house. And that's kind of funny too, is like I live a half hour away from the depot, but my zone is actually where I live. So I get to take my break or whatever at my own house, which is nice. But I literally drive a half hour to basically drive a half hour back with my truck and start doing all my deliveries, then drive a half hour back to the depot to then hop in my own car again and drive a half hour back to my house. But the pay is great. I enjoy my job. Pretty awesome. But yeah, I've been kind of downsizing uh, my small tanks. I took down my mini indoor pond and moved the white cloud minnows into another tank. I'll show you guys why not. Let me grab my little tripod here. Now, bear with me here, because they're in my storage room area. So the room is a mess, of course. But this is my new big bird cage that I was talking about earlier that I got for both of the parakeets. A friend of mine gave it to me for Christmas. It's kind of hard to make it out exactly how it is on camera because of the cages and stuff. But it does actually open up from the top and have this perch that is removable, so I can close the lid. So that's pretty cool. But the white clouds are, if I kind of scoot that out of the way, they're in here right now. I got 5 white cloud minnows left. Couple rocks, couple pieces of the trident fern, and then that's the pothos that was in the mini pond is now on the side. I had it glued, but the super glue just broke off one day. I came home from work and it was fully submerged in there. So for right now, I just kind of wedged the one vine kind of in the back behind the piece of acrylic that I have holding up the light there. So it's working out fine. But this was the tank that I had my baby cichlids in, and I thought they were all gone. But it turns out there's one left. There's one little baby peacock in there. And so he'll be growing out too. And then behind there, I got this super duper dark water that I'm just soaking all this driftwood in. And yeah, like you can't, like it's super dark. If I turn on the light in the room, like you still just like you can't really see through it. It's literally tea color or coffee color. I'm gonna drain that out and then I'll basically cook it off to kill any potential like bacteria or whatever that's in there, and fungus, because I'm pretty sure there's some fungus growing in there. And then once it's like really brought down through like boiling and stuff, I can't think of the word I'm looking for. It's like a cooking term where you cook the water off and you turn it into like a thicker sauce. But yeah, I'm basically gonna turn it into like my own like Blackwater um drops, basically, or whatever, like the Brightwell Blackwater stuff. Because it's got stuff from various driftwoods. It's got plenty of catawba leaves that I've thrown in there at different times, and other stuff just full of different tannins in there. So I'm gonna make my own like tannin conditioner. Jai Oliver, how's it going? Sunfish for fish. Fish Brilla Corporation. Oh, I worked security too. Security was a great job, honestly. I worked security at a mall, so I got to drive around on a Segway, like Paul Blart Mall Cop. It was great. It was so much fun. Caged Aquatics. Oh, Keith Hanshaw with his new name. Yeah. Oh, my pilot's working fine because like it does eventually kick on, and I got one of those new fancy like kind of like digital-ish electric pilot lights that is just like a beam of electricity versus like an actual like loose flame. So it's not my pilot light. My gas is fine. It's about to flow. Yeah, my cold air returns are good. Scotty Aquati is in the house. How's it going? I've been talking so much here for a second. I need to go grab my coffee. My voice is a little bit dry. Just give me 1 second to stare at my fish tank. Also, check out Fishy Biz Aquatics. He's an awesome friend of mine. I'm not sponsored by him. He's just a friend of mine. But I'm trying to get something going with him. We'll keep on the lookout for that. That's another thing that I'm just trying to wait on my new computer for. It's not one of those super fancy digital ones, which my electric company basically offered to install one of those like new Nest ones in, and I didn't like hop on that or whatever. Wasn't gonna like cost me anything directly, but I think it was gonna add on a little bit to my electric bill, which I just don't want to do. So it's fine. But but yeah, once I get my new computer and I get my next streaming setup, like I'm pretty sure Fishy Biz is in on it or whatever. But I just got a couple ideas that I've been working through, and I'm just not trying to really, you know, advertise it too much or whatever, because it's still kind of a little bit away. Um, but I'm trying to like really get something going properly. I enjoy these pop-up streams. I have fun talking to people and hanging out with all y'all in chat. Gnarly Fish Tanks, what's up, man? Um, I but I wanna actually give you guys something better, you know? Um, I want to give you a real show. So like once I get my new computer and I get like some editing software and some stuff other than like Windows Media Player, I mean Windows Video Editor and voice recorder, I have a computer that can actually handle that sort of bandwidth and stuff because I have fantastic internet. It's just my old ass computer. Um, yeah, no, my battery is fine though, Roundhouse. I've changed them recently too, so my batteries are fine. I looked it up on Google or whatever, and I'm pretty sure it has to do with the airflow or there's something wrong with my heater. Either way, I just don't want to spend money on it right now, so I've been using a space heater to kind of make up for it a little bit. Um, yeah, I can't force who you are. I know I can't force who I am. I just am who I am. I am who I am. That's all that I am. But no, like I want to give you guys a good show. So once I get that stuff, like I'll be able to finally do the things that I've been really wanting to do. I'll be able to make little cut scenes. I'll be able to make my own music. Uh, but I'll still do I love parodies, so don't get me wrong. Parodies is what I really like to do, but I'm gonna do some of my own unique things. Not necessarily. I might write a few real songs sometimes down the road, but I just kind of plan to do like little short things, record my own like intro that's actually my own thing, try and make little music and stuff for my videos that's like actually my own, not have to worry about using those that auto music or whatever. So like when it comes to like making a live stream too, like I plan to give you guys like an actual show. Like that's decent. Not just sitting here talking to you guys like this or whatever. And I realize now too, like I've thought about it a couple times. I haven't even posted a link if anybody wanted to come up. Let me post a dang link here. Because I'm like 45 minutes in. So yeah, if anybody wants to come up and chat too, that's fine. But yeah, I want to give you guys like an actual show, like not just do like these pop up panels, sorts of chats, not just sit here and like just show you guys my tanks over and over again. Like I want to. So my idea is like St. Louis fish keeping, like just talking about all the stuff that's going on around me, try and highlight some different stores, try and bring up local managers even about their fish stores, talk about them, talk about how they run their stores and stuff like that. um I want to talk about the St. Louis Aquarium, do different things, and just really, yeah, just like everything that is St. Louis fish keeping I want to talk about. So I'll talk about like maybe what's going on with the Missouri Aquarium Society, Mass Eye. Make sure to get paid for free promotion here. No, like it's just an idea. And then, I don't know. I don't know. Money talks. Yeah, and then it's like I feel like if I just had like a regular stream that people could like come to and like kind of know what they're looking for or whatever, like that could just help kind of build my channel a little bit more. make it. I don't know, because you got to keep evolving with the times, and as I am doing different things, like you got to try different things. Yeah, money talks, bullshit cries about how poor they are. Okay, I don't know. I never really cried about how poor I was. I just accepted it when I was poor. But even with my new job, sometimes I still feel like nothing's really changed. I gotta start setting up appointments for different things. My contacts. I've been wearing the same pair of contacts now for like 7, 8 months. So they don't work very well anymore. They get super dry super fast. And then like I'm sure my prescription has changed too, because I've been wearing it's been the same prescription for like 3, 4, 5 years. So like I'm having some trouble reading distant street signs and things like that. So it's making parts of my job a little bit difficult. Like especially when like I have an astigmatism too, so it makes like light long. Like I don't know if any of you don't understand an astigmatism, but if you look it up on Google or whatever, it'll kind of show you that when you have an astigmatism, the light, like when you look at like a flashlight, that's when you get like the long beams that are like star shaped. So when I'm trying to look at like people's addresses to make sure I'm at the right house as I'm like learning my route and stuff, like it's kind of hard to see like which one's 7325. 7325. I can't see it. Ricky DeHoyes. How's it going? Jess, one of my favorite people ever. Yeah, like Jess has the aquatic morning show. So I'm kind of I'm thinking like doing like a Saturday evening, like St. Louis aquatic show or whatever. It's just an idea. I'm just thinking out loud or whatever about it. I'm really trying to kind of work on it, but I said I'm waiting on that new computer, and then I can start really getting everything in. And I have some ideas already that I'm just not really wanting to disclose yet because I haven't really talked to Drew about everything yet. I've talked to him about a lot of stuff, but the ideas that I'm not disclosing right now, I haven't talked to him about yet. So I gotta call him, see what he thinks about it. But yeah, it's just an idea. What kind of computer I grab? Um, it's actually one of my friend's old gaming computers. I think it's a Dell, but it's it was a custom made gaming computer. They're just getting a newer one, and like so they're the ones that are actually waiting on parts and stuff. Um, I'm getting their old one, and I'm gonna like you know restore it and all that stuff. But I got a new hard drive for it already. It's got a man. I'm not super computer savvy anymore like I was 15 years ago. Um, to where like I'm not sure what type of processor, what RAM it has, all that stuff off the top of my head. But I know it's much better than what I have now. It's really really good gaming computer. She runs a whole lot of stuff off of it. Star Wars Online, City of Heroes, like lots of high quality, high graphic games. Um, so yeah, it's a good gaming computer, and so yeah, it's literally meant for like streaming and gaming, and so it's gonna be great. Uh, and it should be able to run NVIDIA off of it, and it, that's what I plan to try and use is NVIDIA, and then I'm not sure what I'm gonna use for like um, editing, but there's a couple things that I know, like Stephen P uses an editing software it's like Power Director. I think Power Director is something or other. So I might try that one out. There was another one that I had found that I had downloaded when I had like first gotten the computer that I have now that seemed like it was going to be really good. It seemed like it had a good interface, kind of similar to uh, video editing software that I had used in the past. And so I thought it was going to be a really good one, but the computer that I have currently wouldn't run it at all. It just didn't have the capability for it. So I, emailed the company or whatever, and they I basically got my money back for it. But it was like 25 bucks or something like that. It wasn't super expensive, but it seemed like it was going to be, good editing software similar to what I've used in the past. So fairly easy to learn, and it had good reviews. I don't even remember what it was now, but I was just looking up stuff on Google and all that to try and find the right thing. Self worth. Yeah, nobody should sell themselves short if they're putting energy into it. Yeah. But it's been cool being able to tune into the aquatic morning show with the new job. Uh, I wasn't able to do that at first, but now I can just, put my put my phone on YouTube, turn it on, leave my little, you know, yo yo, it's time for the aquatic morning show, lurking and working. Like I can put that into chat, and then I can just put my phone down and I can just listen. And it's great to listen to. It is kind of unfortunate not being able to participate in chat at all. Really, sometimes when I am at a stop or whatever and I'm not actually driving, you know, I might say something else in chat, but it's like everybody's like I'll kind of look or whatever sometimes, and people will be like saying hi to me after I leave a comment, and it's just like I don't want them to think that I'm being rude and not replying, but it's like I'm working, so I know sometimes people come in late and they don't know that I've even left a comment. But I'm pretty much always there at the aquatic morning show nowadays. just listening in and all that. And I like it when you play my songs too, Jess. But I like all the songs. All the songs are great. All the songs are great. I'm trying to make more for you too. I'm trying to make more. Michael, our love is not to be talked about. Roundhouse. I guess I can add it to the stream. How's
Yep.
it going?
Same old, same old.
Yeah, once I get my computer too, I plan to actually, pay for StreamYard as well, and then be able to use the full functionality of that on my computer, and that'll help make the show better for everybody as well too.
Suggestion before
Christopher Medeiros. Yes,
before you buy
I am the guy that does the glass box hero.
uh,
Nice to see you here.
before you buy the StreamYards, get your heater fixed.
Get what?
Get your heater fixed.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't need my heater in summertime.
Well, do you have air conditioning? Your air conditioning runs through your furnace.
I
'Cause
guess it kind of does, yeah, but
the A coil is in on the top of your furnace, because it could be just as little as a switch, a bad switch in your furnace.
it could be. But yeah, I mean, I'm planning to get all that done. I hate being an adult sometimes and having to pay for stupid stuff.
Hey, man, you're in Illinois, right? Or are you in Missouri?
St. Louis.
You're in
Yeah,
Missouri.
Christopher
Okay.
Medeiros. I don't think I've definitely never seen you in my live stream before, but I don't even remember seeing you like ever before. So it's great to have you here. Uh, Thanks for thinking I'm awesome.
So
I'm getting
I just found out that Illinois had some property of mine in the lieu of cash for like a couple years that I didn't even know about. So now I got to figure out what I'm spending it on.
in-house consulting. So what all fish do you have in that tank?
Electric blue manganos
Oh,
and one or two bristle nose.
oh. I thought it looked like there was more variety.
Nope, that's it. Just all. This is all the ones I got from Dan. Well, the big ones are. The small ones are ones that were born here.
Mr. Crawfish is out right now. So I'm gonna show him too. He's probably one of my new favorite little creatures. He's so cool. This tripod, so I don't have to hold my phone down here. No, I'm new. I'm only Oscar's nephew. I work too much to watch videos, but when only Oscars is watching, I see a couple people, but you do. How long did it take you to grow your hair? Oh, dude, only Oscar's nephew. Sweet. So that's awesome. I didn't know June was showing my stuff to other people, like in her family and all that. That's pretty cool. Um, I appreciate you being here. And let's see. Kimberly Holtz, hey, great to see you. As far as my hair, I think I shaved my head like 3.5 years ago now. I think it was in like October of 2018. Oh yeah, like 3.5, yeah, 3.5 years ago or so that I shaved my head, and then I've just been growing it out ever since. Let's see if I can get Mr. Crawfish to do so.
He's gonna bite you with his claws.
I think by now he's figured out that the food comes from my hand because I pretty much stick my hand in to drop the pellet every time.
Hmm. Yeah. Oh, you'd be surprised on how that doesn't work.
Well, yeah, like I'm not gonna sit there and really get super close to him or anything.
I get bit by the manganos all the time.
Oh gosh. Yeah, my hair's pretty long now. It's been about 3.5 years. And in about a little over 2 years more, I'm gonna cut a whole lot off. But I hope to be able to cut off like about a foot to 2 foot of hair and still be able to have hair down to my shoulders.
Oh, see, I can't wait until summer. It's all coming off.
Oh, of course I know who Only Oscars is, Christopher Medeiros. Like she's my Patreon. So like she's my only true like member of my channel or whatever, and so like I owe a lot to her. Especially like I feel terrible that I haven't even like made any content for like a month or two, and she's been like continuing to pay me throughout that. So it's like I feel like I'm not delivering. But yeah, stuff is gonna change here soon. I'm just kind of still getting myself all settled in with all these changes that have come about. Thinking about what I want to do with some of these different tanks and how I want to escape them and change some stuff up.
Whatever you do, you got to have a tank with a water hyacinth in it. Those things are awesome.
Your water hyacinth.
Yeah.
When I first set this tank up, I had water hyacinth growing on top of it, and it was pretty cool. But it got to be a little bit too much, and then
Hmm.
actually over time, it eventually just died away. Just kept getting smaller and smaller. I guess I was running out of nutrients in the water column as other stuff was taking it. But and then I was trying to kind of keep the roots from getting too much too, because I was honestly trying to balance
Oh, no, no, no. Water
having nice
hyacinth.
on top and then a nice scape underneath. and it was too much of a battle.
Water hyacinth is in the gravel. It's like a lily plant.
No, water hyacinth floats on top.
That's water lettuce.
No, water lettuce, water hyacinth, and like there's a lot of them. But
Oh, what am
it's
I thinking of then? Whatever I'm thinking, it's a lily plant that has a huge pink flower.
the lotus.
Water lotus, that's what it was.
Yeah. Oh,
Hyacinth. Well,
I
Matt.
have a dwarf lily on this side, and then I have a dwarf lotus on this side. But you can't really see it because of the tank being so cloudy and stuff right now.
That's not. I can see the wall. That's not cloudy.
Yeah, it's just a little cloudy.
You should have
Should be.
seen my angel tank yesterday. Holy crap! You couldn't even see the fish.
What's up, Brian? Let me let me post that link again.
Yeah, Motor City, get your butt up here.
I know he'll like to join the chat. But I mean, pretty much anybody's welcome to come up. I mean, be respectful. That's all I ask.
So last night I found out about a fire that was going for 12 hours already, and this morning it's still going. It's such a big fire that you're seeing it on weather radar.
Wow. Gosh, I remember when California was having those big fires and stuff that we were getting clouds involving like smoke from
Mm-hmm.
California over here in St. Louis. Our sky was hazy.
It's crazy though, because supposedly from the outside of the building, it looks like a semi truck hub. With the stalls where they back in and transfer, like a transfer hub. But they're
Yeah.
saying it's a storage facility for their sensitive documents, and they're just letting it burn. So I'm going to be getting some more pygmies for sure.
Pygmy.
Sunfish.
Oh, nice. I want to get some of those. I want the ones that are like black with the little blue speckles.
That's the ones I got. The Everglade pygmy sunfish.
Evergladii or Evergladii,
Yeah,
whatever it is. Yeah. Those are awesome. Those are the ones that Father Fish catches all the time.
I got mine from Jesse HC Aqua.
Nice.
They were supposed to go to TN Aqua. There was a big shipping hullabaloo. But yeah, I'm gonna be getting 2 pair.
Yeah, I hope to.
Right, Gnarly? That's what I was thinking too.
I've learned from the YouTube community or whatever, and all this stuff through fish keeping and all that. That all of a sudden I find out that my like St. Louis, Missouri, and all that stuff at least has some really cool native fish to find. Like,
Oh yeah.
I'm really excited to do some like darter hunting this year when it warms up. That's gonna be awesome. It'd be really awesome if I actually found one. The likeliness is pretty low.
I tried this last year for about an hour. I'm gonna try it again this year. I got a net, like a brine shrimp, a big, huge brine shrimp net that's like 5 feet long, just the netting part. And there's a stream in town that there was an old railroad bridge, so you can go, and it's in the middle of nowhere, so there's no streets or anything for you to watch. I'm gonna net the stream and try to catch as whatever I can.
Nice.
Because I'm also thinking of getting a pool pond.
That's pretty cool. My brother did that. He got
Get this crazy stuff.
8,000-gallon above ground pool.
Get this crazy stuff. So the pool pond, the Intex pool pond, the blue ones,
Oh yeah.
120, 130 bucks. There's a new company out that makes it out of one face is out of clear plastic.
Oh, nice.
$600.
Jeez.
You can keep it. I'll get the Intex.
Yeah.
Hell, I'll cut a hole in the Intex and because I've done that kind of work, like liner work, and I have pieces of clear liner that I can cut a hole in and liner it on both sides to put in like a window in essence.
Yeah. I mean, it probably is so much more because of the stitching and then the special like.
It's the same stitching though. It's built the exact same way as the Intech one, except with one panel that's clear. That's the only difference.
Huh.
It's crazy. I saw that yesterday when I was looking it up. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Oh, wait, no, not for that price.
Yeah. No, not for that price at all.
Because it's labeled aquarium. I think that's how they're charging the 600.
Is it glass?
No, it's like picture a pool liner that's clear. It's
Yeah.
that thick plastic clear, like the stuff that you see at the dock, the things that hang down when the dock's open to kill the air coming into the building. The clear strips. That's kind of what it looks like. That kind of material.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably pretty difficult to get it to be like strong enough and all of that, but still be actually, clear.
Well, see, when you get a brand new one of those things, they are perfectly clear. They yellow and stuff with age.
Yeah.
And all the dirt and stuff that gets on them, and no one ever cleans them. Clear plastic is clear plastic. I mean, they use it for windows on convertibles.
Yeah. But maybe there's a special to where it's, not going to fade yellow or something. Or at least they say it won't, like good for
Yeah.
10 years or whatever.
Honestly, I don't think it would yellow inside. It would yellow outside for sure.
Oh, yeah. The inside, probably not.
Because that's all it has to do with unless you have a UV
I
light,
don't even
then it
have
might.
space for one of those inside my house.
Oh, I've made my fish room for specific. I got it all planned out, even the stuff I haven't even put up yet.
I mean, if I took all the fish tanks out of this room and just had it as an empty room, I could probably fit one of those in here.
The only thing is, I really don't know what I want to put in it. The only thing I could come up with is goldfish because it's such a big, it's 500 plus gallons.
Arowana.
Yeah, I don't know if I trust Arowana because I'm rarely down there.
Yeah, they're jumpy. Never mind.
Cause my luck, because I'm only down there twice a day. I feed and do water changes, and then I go back down later in the afternoon to feed. It'll jump out in the meantime. I guarantee you.
Pink stingrays.
Oh, I didn't even think of stingrays.
They had the pygmy stingrays that only get like a foot in diameter or whatever. Those would be great.
With an 8 foot by 5 foot, I can even get the full grown, the full
Yeah,
size.
you could, but you could get a whole bunch of the small ones.
Yeah. That aren't those.
I used to really be into like big fish, but now I'm like into more small fish versus one big fish.
Yeah. I didn't think I'd like these pygmies, and I fell in love with them. In fact,
I would much rather have a 700-gallon tank filled up with 500 neon tetras than I would have a 700-gallon tank with 2 arowana.
My uncle had it was a 90-gallon Beaufront corner tank, and he filled it up with 350 neon tetras. It was the coolest damn tank I've ever seen.
right? And it's just like I would love to have that floor plan too of like, a tank that's like 6 foot wide, it's like 4 foot deep, and is only like, a foot and a half, like 2 foot tall. Like you could skate that in such an
Such,
interesting
yeah.
way. It would just literally look like a cutout of the Amazon River, and you could have like 7 different species of schools of fish in there that just do all different things, and oh, it'd be so
So,
cool.
good. Chewy's here. Good. Hey, Chewy, what is the environmental impact of buying a brand spanking new tire and putting it into a fish tank?
I with rubber.
Because I've also been thinking of doing it like a bass and perch and bluegill tank. Because my thinking is if it's brand new, it wouldn't have any contaminants from the road on it, like antifreeze and oil and stuff.
Yeah, but don't they just add oils and treatment and other stuff to tires to make them all like shiny and all that anyway? And
Oh, I
like
mean,
I don't
all
know, I
rubbers are
just feel like
petroleum based. The suction cups are oil based. For the heaters and all that. All rubber is oil based. It's petroleum based. I shouldn't
yeah,
say oil based. It's petroleum based.
yeah.
But I know there's
A
metal in
really strong
tires.
smell I wouldn't put in a tank.
Okay, tires are good. Cool.
Tires have been used in aquariums for a long time and probably yeah.
I might do that.
Is that like what do like bluegill or bass or something like to breed in those or something?
No,
Or
it just, it looks like you would take like you were saying, a suction out of the Amazon River, well, suction out of the Fox River or the Rock River or the Mississippi River.
like
You know,
add a tire right in there, or in
yeah,
my case, add like a shopping cart
yeah,
or
a beer
somebody's
bottle or two,
prosthetic leg, or
a rusted out gun,
yeah,
a front bumper of a Buick.
just the whole door that's just like super
Yeah,
rusted over, and put a couple crawfish in there. Yeah, there you go.
because
It's
pretty
one
much
of
what I want to do something that like no one really does. And honestly, I haven't seen a game tank. Bass, bluegill, muskie, shit.
I've
The
only
fishing,
seen
the
on
pole fishing
certain
fish.
YouTube channels that are like it's more about they're talking about the lure. So they have their game tank with the high flow and they're throwing the lure in there showing you how the lure works and they're catching
Yeah,
fish right out of the tank. Like but yeah, I think that'd be great to
I
have
want to
like
do. I just want to do
a tank
something out there.
full of bass.
I was thinking originally. I was thinking like fancy goldfish because the pool pond would be the biggest thing. But I mean, I don't know. I'm thinking about one. The stingrays are probably too expensive, and for the risk of shipping
I
and the
mean,
fact that.
if you're doing it inside, you could also even do like African cichlids.
Mhm. But the only problem is you can't look down or you can't look through because it's going to be a blue liner. You got to
Yeah.
look down on the tank. I'm planning on getting a 125 and putting it behind me and transferring the daffodils from the 55 into the 125.
How about 700 golden white cloud minnows?
Eh.
Those are great from the top.
I mean, if the long fin tetras weren't so expensive, I would do something like that with the tetras. Just the whole pool pond just full of long fin neon tetras.
Yeah.
I remember when those came out in the 90s, or at least when they came into the pet shop I worked at.
Usually native tanks with a do not pollute attitude, and then they usually saw trap species. Yeah. Do not pollute, because this is what nature looks like now. It has tires in it.
How big of in trouble do you get for stealing a shopping cart though? Because I like that whole shopping cart idea.
It's oh, Patrick, yeah, now I'm blanking on the name too that has all the native tanks. Um That's literally like all he does is native tanks.
Okay.
Uh oh man, I'm blanking on it.
I'm also going to be buying another 40 breeder and and building a 40 breeder stand.
Nice.
Because the way I have my 40 breeder, even if I do my roundhouse idea in that tank, uh, it won't be enjoyable, I don't think.
Does an SC and cold water aquatics? I mean, yeah, SC and cold water aquatics, they both do natives too, but those aren't the channels that I'm thinking of. And I don't think those are the channel. That's not the channel that Patrick is thinking of either.
Ooh, okay. So
Maple Street, Maple Street Aquatics.
I think
That's what.
this is, I'll throw carpeting down. I'll put the pool pond down. I'll then buy tile and put it upside down so the flat part is on the bottom. Load it up with the rock and transfer all the cichlids into that.
Yeah.
I'll transfer the manganos into that. I'll go back and get some jewel cichlids, to get the red. I'll go get some electric labs for the yellow.
Oh, now it's cold water. Okay. Well, that's why I haven't seen Maple Street in a while. Okie dokie. But then, yeah, another idea that I've been thinking about doing as far as with YouTube and live streaming goes is I don't remember the channel name right now, but there's been a couple different channels that used to do like, you know, water change live streams and stuff like that. And so, to try and help keep myself on track is
Oh
as
yeah, what was his
well.
name?
Doing a water changes with Leshy live stream, like picking a night or whatever after work that I come home and I do a water changes because I don't really have anything else that I'm doing at the time. Check out that link for less confident that I posted earlier. He studies marine fish and was one of the scientists that linked marine fish to Africa. Oh, okay.
What was that one dude that always did the water change? It was like Water Change Wednesday. He did it was a dude in the garage, a heavy set guy.
Yeah, I know who
He
you're
he
talking
had a
about.
pool
I
pond
can't
out on
remember
his
his
deck,
name.
on his front, like his
Jeffros
front
did
porch
it.
deck.
I mean, I know Jeffros did it, and there's another channel that started with like a D or something like that that did it. Um, DW, what's cracking? Biz, busy biz. You're welcome to come up here if you want, if you ain't busy. But I was kind of talking about some of my different ideas earlier. Didn't talk about some of them because I haven't really talked to you about it yet there, Drew. But I do have a couple more ideas for that whole live stream thing. So I'm gonna call you sometime here later. Um, yes, this snow is ridiculous. Um, it's like over half a foot. Like I got like 9 inches here, and it's been ridiculous on what it did to my pond and what it did to gosh, my driveway. And it ruined a date night for me. So
9 inches. That's like an everyday thing. That's nothing.
yeah, yes, Drew, we spitballed some good ones, but screw it, whatever. While I got you here, what do you think of what's the biz with Fishy Biz or whatever, like having your own little like segment where you do your little thing about like no, I don't want to talk about it on live. Oh, fuck it, I want to talk about it. Um I, that like you do your thing where like you have your segment where you talk about like whichever local fish store we want to talk about that week. So like you have like your little like 10-minute segment or whatever where you just like talk about it. I think that'd be an interesting idea. Like what's the biz with Fishy Biz? I don't know. My shoe's falling apart.
I have to go play taxi. I got a jet. Have a good one, y'all.
Select pet. Later roundhouse. Yeah, that's great. Vision boarded up, yeah. Vision board. Yeah. I got some different ideas that I shouldn't necessarily just sit here and talk about on live stream. I should actually, vision board, like you said. That's a good idea. But here's the thing, Select Pet, is the roads were bad enough to where I'm pretty sure the bar was closed, but I didn't even check because I couldn't get out of my driveway, and because I didn't have any stuff to like pre-treat my driveway, and then I wasn't expecting as much snow as it was anyway. And so then I started to clear my driveway, and that's when I realized I didn't have a snow shovel. So I had to start thinking of how am I going to clean this driveway off. So I had, one of those big like shop brooms, so I started, going with that, and that wasn't doing very well. It seemed to, do a fairly good job of, yeah, exactly, Select Pet, a regular St. Louis live stream. That'd be sweet. But yeah, you have four-wheel drive, you stay home. So I was using the broom, and that worked all right for a little bit. And then, like, I'm like, this broom is not going to work. So I started to think, it's like, all right, science. So I started using science to clear out my driveway. My driveway has a slope, so no matter what, something had to flow one way. So I started thinking, it's like, okay, hot water, vinegar, and aquarium salts, like the heavy salts. Is like I got to think about what I do have and what will do something. So I started mixing up, buckets of the hottest water that came out of my shower, and threw a good amount of white vinegar in there, and threw like a handful of aquarium salt in there, and just mixed it up real quick and just started pouring it down my driveway. And not only did it help get rid of that like really just fluffy snow or whatever, but it did just start melting everything away and clearing it off. So my driveway now, through that and then using my spade shovel that I did have to kind of remove the slush that was at the end of my driveway, um, I was able to clear my driveway completely. Like there's not any ice. My driveway is dry, completely clear. But I do have like a mountain of snow at the end of my driveway from those dang street trucks. So now the streets are clear, my driveway is clear, but there's a wall of snow that's probably 13 inches tall, if not taller than that, right there at the end of my driveway. So I'm going to have to clear that out before I can actually leave. Yeah, I'm going to have to be leaving here soon. I'm going to go for about another half hour, go until 4 o'clock Central Time. But yeah, I'm going to have to get out of here. I got some plans tonight anyway. And yeah, those street truckers, man. And then they can't really see like where the end of the road is either. So they don't necessarily shovel the entire street. They shovel like the middle of the street. Man, yeah. I was not expecting this much snow. Yeah, I was supposed to go out for karaoke with this girl last night, and it didn't happen. Not only could I not leave my driveway, she couldn't leave either. So, didn't happen. Later, Drew. Good to see you. I'll talk to you later for sure. Exactly, Select Pet though. But that's what my plan is to do a St. Louis Fish Keepers live stream. Um, actually make it like a decent show. Like Biz does a really good job on his live stream. And, I've been watching lots of the stuff that's been going on with like the Aquatic Morning Show and some of the like when Rocco was doing, Rocking the Coast with, him and Third Coast Aquatics. Like I've been getting a lot of different ideas on how to kind of make my own show, and I just have been kind of waiting on my new computer to really get it rolling well because I can't run all that show from my phone, and I can't make the cut scenes and the little things that I want to do from my phone either. I want to do that. I want to get some decent editing software and make it on the computer. So it's all kind of a work in progress. I'm not saying it's going to be like months down the road, but it's still going to be several weeks at least before I get this going. But the plan is to roll it on Saturday nights at 9 p.m. Central. But yeah, I already got my webcam. I got my microphone. I pretty much have everything I need except for the computer to actually run it all on. And that is hopefully going to be available at my friend's house tonight when I go over there. Hopefully they got their new computer in. And if not, it might be another week or two until I get that computer. I don't really know because everything is just so up in the air nowadays with the pandemic and then with, the weather too. But what's weird is like I ordered my webcam on Monday and it was supposed or like Sunday or Monday. I think it was Sunday night that I ordered it and it wasn't supposed to be here until Saturday and then I got it on Wednesday. So sometimes things come faster. Yeah. When is the next music video? That's also, coming soon, real soon. Um, I could potentially already have it finished if I wasn't already just waiting for the new computer. Um, I have a lot of the stuff already recorded. I have all the lyrics written and, ready to go. I've just been doing so much karaoke here recently too that I haven't had the voice at the right time to sit down and record the vocals either. Because it's like every time my voice is good, then I'm going out for karaoke versus recording that. So just I'm just waiting, and so yeah, I'm kind of going through a transition period right now, still, with the new job and different things going. Things are changing, things are coming around. I'm getting everything set up, but when I really come back, I'm gonna come back with a vengeance. I wouldn't even be live streaming right now if I wasn't off work today. And the other reason I'm off work today is because of Snowpocalypse 2022. But yeah, I'm gonna be, I said it earlier, and I'm gonna be getting rid of some of these smaller tanks. Not necessarily getting rid of per se. I'm gonna keep them around, but take them down at least. Maybe mix all the substrates together into one big crazy substrate, and then just scape another tank from the remnants of these other tanks. I think that'd be interesting. But I do have a nice collection of different rocks and stuff too that I've been gathering. So I got some different plans. I just haven't really been doing it because I'm just waiting on this computer. I feel like I can deliver much better quality videos for people, especially now that it's like I'm getting close to 400 subscribers. I don't think I've gained any through this live stream, but I'm at like I'm like 17 away from 400 subscribers. And when I hit 400 subscribers, I plan to do another giveaway. Not quite sure what it's going to be yet. Um, but I do like to do giveaways. I think they're fun. People enjoy them, and I don't know. I enjoy bringing joy to other people. So it's gonna be it's gonna be fun. Just keep your eye out. I've been kind of taking a break, but I'm not going anywhere. It's coming soon, and yeah, I just really want to do something that is better than what I've been doing. I like to always improve. And I don't feel like with the stuff that I've been using, I don't feel like I can improve anymore. So that's what I'm waiting on. I'm waiting on the ability to improve my content more, to be able to stream better without having to use my phone, get like a better webcam. And I can still use my phone too, but phone for tour, and then have my standard live stream set up, have a much better setup for giveaways, and just be able to get like a better layout than just you sitting here staring at me in a relatively, blurry view. At least it's blurry for me. My front facing camera doesn't work nearly as good as my rear facing camera. But I mean, especially with my next parody that I'm working on, there's aspects of the real music video that I kind of want to bring into my parody music video, and I can't do that through Windows Video Editor. So it's happening. It's gonna happen. It's coming real soon. And of course, I'm keeping my head up there, Patrick. I'm keeping my head up high. I'm having, a great time. The new job is great. Life has been pretty good. I've been getting myself out there more. I've been just trying to socialize more. Uh, and that's been just really great. And so, yeah, things are just really looking up. There are a couple, issues that I've been, having here though with the new job, and like, yeah, not being able to spend as much time with my fish tanks because just working so much, and then I pretty much work during and completely around most, business hours, so it's like there's no rule against me doing it, but it's like to make appointments and things like that, I pretty much have to do it while I'm at work. I just gotta like sit there in my truck and then make a call to a doctor or uh, to my utilities or whatever if I have an issue or something like that. So it's like when I was still working at the pet store, I was like super broke. My boss was cutting my hours and stuff like that. I kind of got behind on some of my bills, kind of ended up forgetting about some of them. They ended up taking my trash cans away. So I haven't had trash service here in a little bit. I've been taking some stuff to different dumpsters and things like that. But like I tried to contact them. Their business hours are only Monday through Friday between like 8 to 5, you know, p.m. And so I haven't been able to call them. I went on the website to try and set up my trash service to come back or whatever. I tried to like pay my bill or whatever, but my bill says zero. So um, I can't pay my bill back to get my trash cans back. I guess it's beyond that too late or whatever. I tried to through the website or whatever sign up for a new service and just have them like contact me or whatever so I can, pay the bill. But I don't know. I got so used to being like poor that now that I like have money or whatever, I'm just like wanting to hold on to it. Like I don't want to give it away. I don't want to buy anything. I don't want to. Like, I got so used to living like that it's hard to kind of let go of that. It's like so I got a pile of bills just sitting on my coffee table, and it's like I have the money to pay for them, but they're just still sitting there. Like I don't want to. I don't want to pay for them. I don't want to. I don't want to give my money away because I'm so used to it just being gone once I do. But don't worry about it. Give it time to network, word of mouth. One person tell one person, and know with social media, that's all it takes is one person to know you. Oh yeah. Thanks, Christopher. Yeah, I'm trying. Yeah, it's kind of hard to get out of that mentality of not having enough. It's weird. But yep, I just need to pay those bills. Everything will be fine. Jeffrey Watts, good to see you. I think I saw Big Tank Hank in here too. Good to see both of you. But yeah, guys, I think I'm gonna be just fine. I'm gonna be just fine. I just gotta accept the changes that come my way and just keep moving forward. But I can see people are starting to leave, and I think that's okay. I'm probably gonna end this here. Like I'm planning to make it all the way until 4 o'clock, which I will. I got 10 more minutes, so why not? Um, yeah, I don't. Change is extra hard on me. I don't know if it's just related to the way that I'm just wired differently than most people. I think differently than most people, but yeah, change is just kind of hard on me. It's nice to have a schedule, but man, my schedule's so packed now. Another theory I went through a single fucking middle class. Yeah. And see, like, man, like, yeah, when I was in the army, I was making good money. I was making good money when I was in the army, especially when I was like overseas and stuff like that. Gosh, I came home and I had so much money in my savings. I was like a kid in a candy store. I went out and I bought that electric guitar that you guys have all seen in my videos. That's a $3,000 guitar. Then I bought a $2,000 amplifier full cab, like with the head unit and stuff. The PV5505 plus, the same guitar, amp and heads that Eddie Van Halen used. And I ended up selling that cab, but I still have the guitar, of course. And yeah, like I didn't have to worry about anything back then. Life was good back then. Over a decade ago, 15 years ago. And then I just got like really lost when I came back home. I got like super lost and I tried a lot of different jobs. A lot of my hopes and dreams or whatever just I didn't want to do those anymore. I lost a lot of stuff. I'm not so I tried a lot of different jobs. Got kind of messed up with a lot of different things. Totaled some cars. Kind of became an alcoholic. Lost my grandfather. It's a lot of stuff happened over the last year. Then then things started to kind of turn around, and I met a really awesome girl. I got engaged, and then that turned to hell. And so it's like now it's like I'm 32 years old and I'm finally just starting to kind of figure out this whole life thing, and it's all just so weird and strange. And thanks, Chewy. I also reported, like, blocked it from my end on StreamYard at least. So thanks for doing that. Yeah, this community here on YouTube has been a major blessing in my life, and I'm just glad to have all you guys around. Because I mean, especially when the pandemic hit and stuff too, that's when I really got active on YouTube, and that's when I started getting back into fish keeping, and my life just kind of changed then. And you guys have been not just the hobby itself, but this community on YouTube has just been so great for my mental health. And yeah, I've had some battles with some of you and whatever, that's bound to happen. But like, I don't have any other social media. I think of all of those other social medias as a problem. And honestly, I think of YouTube as kind of a problem sometimes too. But I'm not here because it's YouTube. Honestly, I think YouTube can piss off. But this community that I found here on YouTube has been great. And so, like, yeah, I just appreciate each and every one of you. I love live streaming, and I love being parts of your chats and just watching your guys' live streams and just talking with you guys in there. And Terry's tropical tanks rolling in here near the end. It's good to see you, buddy. I I don't know if I would still be here without this community. I don't think I would. Because, like, this community helped give me a reason to live again. So I appreciate all of you so much. But yeah, screw Facebook, screw Instagram, screw Twitter for sure. Social media is so dumb. It mostly drives a wedge bigger than the bridges that it builds. But luckily, this platform, or at least what's supposed to be a platform, has done good for me. So, on that note, I really hope everybody has a great day. Keep your heads up. I love you all. And just stay on the lookout for what else I have to share. Because I do have a lot more to share with you guys. And I look forward to whatever you guys have to share too. And whether you're stuck under the snow like I've been for the last couple days, or you're living down in Florida where it's in the 80s, or you're in Australia where it's 103. Like, have a great day, have a great night, and I'll see you around. It's been great. Bye bye.